Marlon Brando, one of the most revered actors of the 20th century, once refused a role in the film before night falls. Why? Because he didn't want to harm the Cuban Revolution. Let's pause and let that sink in. This was the actor of The Godfather, Apocalypse Now, and Last Tango in Paris, a man who played mafia bosses, war criminals, and rapists on screen. But the line he wouldn't cross? Telling the truth about Fidel Castro's dictatorship. Before Night Falls is the story of Reinaldo Arenas, a brilliant Cuban poet and novelist who was imprisoned, tortured, and exiled by the Castro regime. His only crime? Being gay, being outspoken, and refusing to conform to revolutionary dogma. He was beaten, sent to labor camps, and eventually driven to suicide after years of censorship and abuse. This wasn't ancient history. This wasn't some abstract metaphor. These were the crimes of a living government, a real dictatorship that Brando, and many in Hollywood, felt compelled to protect. Now imagine if an actor in 1993 had said, "I'd love to play a Jewish dissident, but I don't want to harm the Nazi revolution." Or, "I don't want to offend apartheid by portraying Steve Biko." That kind of moral evasion would have ended a career on the spot. It would have been unthinkable. But when it's Castro's Cuba, somehow it's noble. Somehow, protecting the revolution matters more than the victims it crushed. That is the double standard, the selective outrage, that allowed Brando's refusal to go unchallenged. Even more shocking, the actor who eventually did portray Reinaldo Arenas, Javier Bardem, later admitted that he felt nervous about doing the film. He said he was conflicted, afraid to criticize Cuba too directly. Think about that. An actor felt pressure not to criticize a regime that tortured the very man he was portraying. It reveals something profound, that the Cuban regime didn't just silence voices in Havana. It managed to intimidate the conscience of free societies. It cast a long ideological shadow, even over Hollywood. Meanwhile, Reinaldo Arenas, starving, broken, imprisoned, never stopped telling the truth. But the artists in the free world, they hesitated. That's not art. That's fear wearing a beret. Brando's refusal wasn't neutral. It was complicity. It sent a message that the mythology of Castro's revolution mattered more than the torture of a gay Cuban poet. And that one decision, from one actor, tells you everything you need to know about how Hollywood, at times, has chosen to romanticize tyranny, while turning its back on the people who paid the real price for it. Don't forget to like and subscribe.